Hello, hello, can you hear me? Today is Anime Club, and I am joined by a special friend.
I am here again. I'm back.
Yay! Today we are going to be discussing Cowboy Bebop. You guys enjoy watching it with us this month? It took us a while to get through it, that's why we had to delay because...
What do you mean? There was no delay.
No,
This was all
yeah.
part of the plan.
Exactly. That's what we get for doing a 26-episode anime after doing two 12-episode animes for previous anime clubs. But yeah. Do you want to go ahead and start with what are your initial feelings after watching the end of Cowboy Bebop? How do you feel?
I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I was definitely mixed about it for a while, but I did like it overall.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I started Cowboy Bebop for the first time a couple of years ago. I think when I was in college, I watched a little bit of it. And then I just, for whatever reason, didn't continue. But I'm really glad that I finally took the time to actually watch the whole thing through, because I did really genuinely have a good time with it. I really like more character-driven stories. I liked the episodic nature of it, where rather than having this major plot, the whole time we got to really get to know these characters and really get to care about them. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely parts where I started feeling like this is becoming a little too formulaic. Mostly near the beginning.
Yeah.
There were times where I was like, when's something gonna happen?
I feel like as the show progressed, I think the episodes got a lot more creative and had some really interesting concepts.
Oh yeah. It definitely got. It gets better the more the further on you go, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
Not that it was ever bad. I just I feel like there was definitely a point where we were watching it really slowly, and it was mostly very episodic, and I was just almost feeling like, man, I probably would have dropped this if we weren't doing it for an anime club, but I did still enjoy it.
Yeah. I am glad we did this for Anime Club. I think this was a really fun show.
It's also just one of those classic anime that I feel like everyone has to watch.
Absolutely.
So there's also that.
Yep. So, what do you want to start with? Do you want to talk about characters or episodes?
I feel like we should talk about characters first, and then sort of do our episode by episode thoughts.
Yeah.
Just because this is the first episodic show we watched, so I feel like it would be better to sort of just go through each one.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, let's talk about characters.
Alright, characters first. Who is your favorite character? You could probably guess my favorite, but I want to know who your favorite is first.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Because there wasn't really any characters I disliked, necessarily, at least in the main cast. There are plenty of one-off characters that I don't remember enough to get thoughts on.
Of the core cast, who is your favorite?
I mean, let me think. I like the way Ed was animated.
Yeah.
Ed was very animated and fun. But there were also plenty of times where it was why are you not doing anything? I feel like Ed deserved more.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely have their moments, but also I was
it's just a funny little guy.
well, there were some episodes where they just hung out in the ship, and I was like, why are you not helping?
I mean, I also gotta consider Ed's a child.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things they're doing are kind of dangerous. If I were them, I would not be like, hey Ed, you want to come with me? We got guns, we're gonna shoot some people.
Yeah, but consider it also would have been fun.
It would have, but...
Come on, remember the episode where Ed was trying to find food, and they were just going on being crazy.
Yes.
That was fun.
That was great.
I wish there was more of that.
I do agree with that.
That episode was really weird.
Yeah.
But purely for the Ed content,
I feel like any episode that has any focus on Ed was just a little extra weird.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll get more depth episodes Laid up,
Ed was my favorite character, by the way. Like I think you could probably guess. I thought Ed was adorable, very funny, very just like entertaining. To like anytime there's that Ed focused scene, I'll be like, this is peak content.
I mean, I'll...
And also like, again, we could talk more about character relationships too, but like the fact that like they just kind of all accept Ed as he is.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're a kid now. I guess we're taking care of you. It was just very wholesome.
I mean, yeah, I'll give my personal gripe with the fact that I don't typically like characters that talk in third person. I usually think they're annoying.
I feel like Ed makes it work.
Ed wasn't too annoying, honestly. Like, it didn't bother me that much, but usually I'm just like, oh, why? why do you have to talk like this?
I think if it doesn't really, like, add to the character, then it's weird, but, like, I feel like that's just... Ed just talks the way Ed talks, and so it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would you say Ed is your favorite character, or is there someone else that sticks out to you? Can't take my favorite character.
Oh, okay.
You have to pick someone else.
Yeah, let me think. Like, I don't know. I feel like out of the main cast, Ed was the most, like, striking, I guess. But I don't dislike any other characters. I like all the, like, little quirks and stuff. Like, I like how Jet just kind of knows a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like, every time they go somewhere, like, oh, I know someone. I know this person.
Yeah.
I mean, Spike just does his own thing. I like how he just does not care.
Yeah.
99% of the time.
And I really liked the Faye-centric episodes.
Yeah,
like,
I really
her
liked...
story unraveling was really cool.
Yeah, I really liked her backstory and stuff. I was like, oh, finally. Like... Yeah, I really liked the backstory episodes. Those were probably my favorite.
So do we want to just go ahead and go episode by episode? I do
Sure.
have the episode list up. Let me find it. Where to go? Where are you? Here you are. Alright. Episode 1, Asteroid Blues.
That was the one where they were going after the drug dealer guy, right?
Yeah, the red eye, or the bloody eye.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. Yeah, I think it works really well as an opening episode. Like, it sets the tone well and kind of the formula of the episodes, at least in the earlier episodes, pretty well.
I think my only complaint with that episode was that I don't think they even mentioned Spike's name until like the very end.
Wait, really?
They never said his name, and I was just like, I was thinking like, I know his name. What was it again? And he finally said it. I was like, oh wait, did they say that yet? And I mean, I'm pretty sure there was also only one episode in the entire show that says his full name.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they only ever said it once.
I mean, I guess last names aren't that important.
Yeah, they're not that important. Like, let's be fair, does Jet have a last name?
Yeah, his name is Jet Black.
Oh, okay, that has been mentioned.
Yeah.
Then. Honestly, I assume that was a nickname.
I think that's his actual canon full name.
Okay.
Pretty sure. It could just be a pun, but, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, that to me sounds like a nickname.
I don't know. That's what the internet says. The internet says his name is Jet Black.
If that's his last name, then hey, I guess that works as a first and last name. But, yeah. I don't know, I don't feel like there's too much to say about the first. It was a good
It's a good opener.
To, I feel like it is a good introduction to how Spike and Jet...
Yeah, they're dynamic.
Yeah.
That was a good way to show that. Episode 2 is a good one. Stray Dog Strut.
Oh yeah, that was episode 2.
Yeah, that was the second episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean...
It's Ein! It's best doggo.
I completely forgot to mention Ein to be clearly the best character.
Of course.
The main group.
I read somewhere that, like, Cowboy Bebop inspired a lot of people to adopt corgis.
I could see that.
Because, like, you know, Ein, best dog.
And I mean, hey, if they were gonna have a dog of any kind, why would you pick anything other than a corgi?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun episode too. Like,
yeah, that one was a fun one.
Ein is such a funny guy.
I just like the fact that they have a pet. You just have a dog.
I mean, yeah. And I just feel like it just rounds out the core cast so well. Just have a funny dog.
And also, I feel like for the longest time, it was really only Jet who had any care. Like I feel like Spike and Faye did not care for
they
or like were always annoyed by him. But then not Spike. Jet was always just like, come on, guys.
He's just a little guy.
Like he was the one feeding him.
Yeah. I love over the course of the show how like Spike in particular keeps like being like, I hate animals, I don't like being around kids, I don't like women with attitudes, but like he just like can't help but care about them.
Yeah.
Like he'll pretend he doesn't. He's very tsundere. He pretends he doesn't give a crap about them, but like he actually really does.
Spike is just a tsundere of the group.
Yeah. Let's see. And then episode 3 is, of course, Honky Tonk Women. That is the episode where we meet Faye.
Yeah, that was the one in the casino.
Yeah. The casino episode. I can't talk. Yeah. And, like, I like this episode, but, like, it's kind of forgettable a little bit. I mean, obviously, it's the Faye intro episode, but I think I like Faye's character development, and, like, the more we learn about her, makes me like her more.
She also didn't join the group just yet.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
she joins, I think, the next episode.
Okay.
I think. I mean, I have the episode list. Pretty sure she comes back. Oh, yeah. So we meet her in episode 3, but she doesn't officially join the group until episode 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like Faye. I like her character a lot. But I think I like her more over the course of the show. Like her introduction, I feel like, is just her intro episode.
Yeah. And I feel like we're also really getting a sense for, like, the vibe.
Yeah, it's more, I feel like the early episodes are more tone setting than anything else.
Yeah, like, you got all the jazz music, you got the casino.
Yeah.
It's very of its time, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, this is the sci-fi world from the 90s.
Yes. And, like, I feel like that aesthetically, I love the vibes of this show.
Like
every time we get, like, panning shots of just, the locations, it's so good.
Like, the world building is really good at the show.
Yeah.
Like, I love the settings. The settings are really fun. The CGI, being used with the weird effects of, like, the launch things, like the portal-looking things are really cool.
I have noticed, I don't think I've talked about this a lot. I used to really not care for sci-fi, but, like, I'm starting to, like, enjoy sci-fi a lot more the more I watch. Like, I feel like Lane and Cowboy Bebop in particular, like, after watching both of those, I'm like, wait, I think I actually really like this stuff. But I want to watch more stuff with these vibes. I think having watched Lane and now Cowboy Bebop, like, almost back to back, like, there's such a vibe. I need more shows to feel like this now.
And it definitely is a very unique vibe for an anime. Like, I feel like it's very Western.
Yeah, that's another thing. And they take a lot of inspiration. I think a lot of the music too, like there's a lot of songs that play throughout the show, and most of them are in English.
Yeah,
Like, I'm pretty sure, because we watched the dub. I feel like the dub is... I think Cowboy Bebop has one of those dubs that, like, is almost the better version. Like, maybe the sub is probably good too, but, like, I feel like we intentionally were like, I want to watch the dub.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like we usually watch the dub whenever we can.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the anime for me, but certain dubs I just feel like are more iconic than others. So, like, those are the ones when, like, we have to watch this in dub.
Yeah,
I feel like that'll be the more fun experience.
And, you know, for me, I usually prefer not having to read subtitles so I can watch, like, animation and stuff.
Yeah.
Although,
it
you
depends.
know, for our watching in particular, we had a bit of an issue with
audio. I forgot about that.
So basically,
is it Crunchyroll's fault or is it your laptop's fault?
I honestly don't know, but the issue was we had to watch it dubbed with subtitles because the music and sound effects were really loud,
and the talking
but
is
all
so
the talking
quiet.
was really quiet.
Like literally, unless the character was actually shouting, they're basically whispering, and we couldn't figure out because also we're watching it at night, and like we don't want to like blasting.
Yeah, but also like it's all really quiet.
Yeah.
People are talking quietly, and then all of a sudden it's a gunfight.
Yeah.
And it's really loud gunshots playing. And then the opening's really loud as well. So
Yeah, and I don't
use that to set the volume.
I don't remember having this problem back when I was watching it like a few years back. So I'm like,
Well,
is it your
okay,
speakers or is it
It's
Crunchyroll?
probably a speaker thing because I bet it would have
Yeah.
been perfectly fine if we were listening with
Yeah.
headphones.
Yeah,
but
that might be it. So I'm like, well, what happened? It was unfortunate.
yeah,
It didn't ruin the experience. We could still get the full feel for it, but yeah, it was a little annoying. So like sometimes straight up I would feel like I was reading text on a screen and I couldn't hear anything. I was like, I know you're talking, but I cannot hear a single word coming out of this character. That's so sad. Like, speak up, please.
Yeah. It's like, come on, talk with anime inflection. Talk like an anime character would. Why are you talking like a normal person having a conversation?
Yeah. Oh yeah, episode 4. Gateway Shuffle. That is the one with the eco-terrorists and the monkey weapon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one.
That episode, it's kind of memorable for me because like the villains are kind of goofy.
Yeah.
It's like mom. Like the leader is like their mom.
No, I definitely remember
Yeah.
as for that, but I do feel like it was a little forgettable by the end of it. It's
the episode as a whole is forgettable, but that always stuck out
it's
to me.
definitely like a more filler episode.
Yeah.
Like, have like, okay, well now
Yeah, now Faye is here.
Faye's part of the group. Here's something for them to do, I guess.
Yeah. And it's the one where they're like... I remember they were eating fancy food.
Yeah.
They was opened where they were at like this fancy like restaurant place. And I could think... I'm like trying to remember now. It's been a few weeks now since we saw the episode, but like, remember they were in a restaurant and like I think they probably just made a lot of money from their last bounty. So like, let's eat at a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
And then they see the weird enemy people. And they're like, Mom! I don't know, I thought that this episode was kind of funny.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, let's see. Episode 5, Ballad of Fallen Angels. This one... Oh yeah, this is the first plot episode.
Yeah,
this one was vicious.
Yeah, that was that episode. Which, you know,
Yeah, I really like this episode, actually.
I thought that one was really good. But it was also, but I also felt like at the time it was like, oh, what happened?
That was funny too, because you were like literally like right before we started the episode, you were like complaining that there's no plot to the show, and then a plot episode immediately.
I think what was happening was like, okay, I'm kind of waiting to see if something's like really gonna start happening. You know?
Yeah, you were literally like, is something gonna finally happen? And then it was this episode.
What happened? All the episodes were like, not like, okay, they joined the party, but like. It felt like there wasn't really a lot of like lasting consequences or like any story being like started really, and I was like, okay, here it is, I guess.
Here it is. Yeah, I think the Spike backstory stuff was really interesting.
Yeah.
And like, fun fact, one of my favorite books of all time is Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and like the author has stated multiple times that like Cowboy Bebop is one of the main inspirations for it. So like the stuff with Spike and Vicious in particular, and like the dynamic of the crew, like all of that comes from Cowboy Bebop.
I see it.
Yeah, definitely. If you like Cowboy Bebop, you should read Vicious, and vice versa. If you've read Vicious, you should watch Cowboy Bebop. Both are great, and like very similar vibes. But yeah, I think aesthetically too, this episode is really good. Like there's a song, there's a song that plays in this episode that like is super, like really sticks out to me.
Which one was that?
It was when Spike is entering like the cathedral-like place.
Oh right.
Yeah, that scene, the vibes are like absolute peak. I love it. And yeah, like also just the way it kind of like hints at, but doesn't explicitly state Spike's backstory.
Yeah, a lot of
that, like that flashback scene where he's like falling out of the window. I thought that was done really well.
Just like quick flashes with no dialogue or anything. Just be like, oh, here's a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And I will say at the time I was like, I feel like we're missing something, but like yeah.
No, it felt very intentional, and I liked it a lot. Now, how do you feel about Vicious as like a primary antagonist?
It's definitely interesting. I always like the fact that every time he would show up, it would be like, wait, is that him? And then the bullet would show up. It would be showing up. Like,
It
yep,
is.
that's him.
What is this, like a platypus? Perry the platypus kind of moment for you?
Basically, yeah. It'd just be like,
Oh
it
man.
would literally be like,
Vicious.
it would always be like, oh, this guy is super emo. Oh, it's Vicious.
He needs the bird.
Yeah, like, well, because the episodes are always like very spaced out.
Yeah.
So anytime he'd show up, I'd be like, oh, this guy looks familiar. Have we seen him before? Oh, it's Vicious. It's the bird.
Yeah. Oh man.
So like, literally every time up until the finale that happened, where I was like, oh, this guy's familiar. Oh, it's the bird. It's Vicious.
That's great. Yeah, I think I like the concept with the whole syndicate and Vicious and all of that. I wish there was a little bit more.
Yeah.
I do feel like the episodes are really spaced out, and I feel like there's not quite enough. I think just maybe a couple more would have been better for me, but I just think it made Vicious a little less intimidating, almost.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I didn't know him quite as well as I could have, so, like, he was just a guy that would show up.
Yeah, we
and
never
do
really
stuff.
got a full backstory
Yeah.
of like
Like,
how
we know-
Vicious and Spike like really knew each other.
Yeah, I mean, we know vaguely, like, you know, they're probably really close, and, like,
Like, I think that would have been really nice.
yeah.
Just because, yeah, I feel like we were kind of missing a bit more context with him. Because, like, a lot of the Spike backstory episodes were more about, like, him and Julia
Mm-hmm.
and, like, the Syndicate in general, as opposed to being about... And Vicious was kind of just, like, the bad guy in those episodes, as opposed to, like, really getting anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also feel like we could have gotten a little bit more of Julia. Like, she was kind of just, like, talked about more than she was actually shown. Like, you know, I think the only episode, like, we actually get to see her was, like, the finale.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, we don't actually get any Julia before then.
I'm pretty sure we got, like,
Besides those flashback
quick
clips.
flashes
but, like,
of
not
what
actual
she
her.
looked like. But
Yeah.
she didn't speak, I don't think, until the finale.
Yeah. But I would have liked a little bit more of that, but it wasn't enough that, like, it ruined my experience. Like, I still really like the show. I just feel like I liked the show more for, again, like, the episodicness of it and, like, the characters more than the plot line it was giving us. Because that was just kind of, like, extra. Like, it was still nice. I liked that we got that, but it wasn't, like, the thing that made the show or anything. It was just kind of there. Alright. Let's see. Episode 6 is Sympathy for the Devil. And that one, we were just talking about it. That's the episode about the guy who was trapped in a child's body. Like, he just never aged. Again, kind of a one-off episode.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly special, I don't think.
That one also, I feel, is a little more forgettable.
But it didn't have a little Jet backstory in it? Like, I thought we were getting a little bit of it into Jet.
I think
Was it?
we were just introduced to one of his friends.
Okay, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of getting a feel for, like, oh yeah, Jet knows people.
Yeah, this was when we were really starting to get, like, Jet knowing people.
Well, I think I was going into a little bit, because wasn't it someone he knew from being part of the, what's it called, the ISSP?
Maybe? I think it might have been mentioned, but I don't think he necessarily worked for it. It was just a
Maybe.
friend. I don't remember.
And some of the earlier episodes are a little hard to remember, because it's been a few weeks since we watched those.
Yeah, I think this was, like, the first instance of, like, getting to see Jet run into one of his old friends.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. And, like, the episode has a really interesting concept, but I feel like it wasn't, like, super, like...
Yeah.
There are more interesting episodes.
Yeah.
Like, I think, again, we probably already said this about, like, the early episodes I feel like are more tone setting than anything else. I feel like the show got more creative over the course of time. Like, some of the later episodes were, like, genuinely so good. So some of the earlier ones became a little more forgettable after we'd seen some really, really cool ones. I did like episode 7, Heavy Metal Queen. I thought that was a fun episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Again, this for the world building, like, oh yeah, space truckers. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Duh.
It was fun to, like, get to see, like, a bunch of different...
Yeah. I love...
Like, a bunch of spaceships that all had, like, their own vibes.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
And, like, I love... Again, the world building is so good. I love whenever we would see, like, just, like, normal things, but, like... reinterpreted into the context of Cowboy Bebop, like truck drivers. Like, they would have space trucks. And they would, you know, be truckers, but like in space. Duh, that's a thing. And I thought VT was a really fun character. I liked her a lot. I wish there would have been more of her. I wish she would come back for at least one more episode, because I really liked her. She was cool.
There's definitely a lot of characters who like got fleshed out in the episode, but then never got mentioned again.
Yeah, which I mean, for the episodic style, it makes sense. But like VT was cool. I liked her. I wanted her to come back. And she had a cat. There was a cat. Space cat. Whoa. I just threw my phone on the floor. I need to stop doing that during the streams. We should make a Bab throwing her phone on the floor compilation, because I do that a lot while streaming. But yeah, that was a fun episode. And like the whole like guessing her name.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess something I want to bring up real quick is I did mention I really like the world building, and also, you know, I really like the animation.
Yeah.
This is, I would say from what I've watched at least. I know this is obviously a really iconic show. This is probably like peak of this era of animation.
Yeah.
This and probably Evangelion. Both which we will watch eventually.
Yeah.
I'll probably like the peak of like this era of like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Animation where like it's all still mostly 2D. Like you would not have 2D animated hand-drawn spaceships ever nowadays.
Yeah.
That would be it. Those would all be CGI. So like this is still where you get like the hand-drawn mecha stuff, and it's all really good.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I think it's really cool.
And so much attention to detail. Like everything looks really nice.
Because like all the ships are hand drawn.
Yeah.
And like the only CGI is with like the cool like teleporter effects in a few shots here and there. And I think that some of those shots do have also CGI like mechanical stuff, but a lot of like all the ships are hand drawn. You get all those cool close-ups of parts moving. That's really cool.
Yeah. I love how much personality, like, because like Faye and Spike have like their own little mini ship.
Oh, and Jet has his own as well.
Yeah,
so like I like how they all have their own like personalized ships.
So
that's really fun.
Let's see. Episode 8 is Waltz for Venus. This one is with Rocco.
Which one was that?
When they go to Venus, with the ship getting hijacked, they go to Venus. Rocco and his sister, who is sick.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this episode.
Yeah. Again, I like the world building. I like how Venus has like the floating plants. It's really cool.
It's like a vacation destination. That's just like in the future, Venus will be not only a place that humans can go, but like they'll go on vacation there.
And yeah, with world building wise, I like how we're in space in the future, but also like in our solar system.
Yeah.
Like of all the planets. Are like, oh, let's go. We gotta go to Mars.
Yeah.
We gotta go to Venus. I think that's really fun.
Yeah. I liked Rocco as a character too. He was kind of a funny guy.
Yeah. Oh, he was the guy who like really wanted Spike to teach him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Let's see. Oh yeah, heck yeah, episode 9, Jamming with Edward.
Yep, that was yep.
Yeah, I love this episode.
Yeah, this one was fun. I was like, oh, he's so animated.
Yeah. And like, just such a silly, goofy guy. Like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but like, Ed's full name.
I don't remember.
It's a lot of names.
Yeah.
Ed just like came up with it all on her own. It's like, yes, it is my name. I made it up. Like, and I like the concept of the satellite AI. That was really cute.
That was really fun.
It was really sweet. And like, yeah, just the whole thing with Ed was very fun. I remember when I was first watching this, I was like looking forward to Ed. Like I tend to pick my favorite characters before I start watching something, and then see if they match my expectations. So I was like very highly anticipating Ed's introduction episode. I was like, when is Ed gonna show up? Where are they? And I finally got this episode. I was like, heck yeah, that's the little guy. And it did not disappoint. I liked this episode a lot.
There was also the one goofy song that was in that episode that, like, you know, is a popular TikTok audio. So it came up and I was like, wait, what?
What?
Wait, this is Cowboy Bebop? Oh, okay.
Everything is Cowboy Bebop. And I love the end of the episode in particular, when Ed takes control over the ship. Like, no, you guys are gonna let me join you.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting out of this one. Faye promised. Yippee. And we've got Ganymede Elegy. This one... I think this is the first proper Jet backstory episode, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, when he meets his ex-girlfriend, Elisa.
Like,
yeah.
And yeah, this was an episode, also, I was like, okay, Ed just joined.
Mm-hmm.
They do nothing. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, I do think it's kind of just, you know, Ed's a child.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna take a child on their dangerous missions. They're gonna make the child stay safe in the ship. Which makes sense, but you know. I do agree that I wish there was a little bit more Ed-focused episodes, because I think Ed's a really fun character and can do a lot of interesting things, and helped them out a lot in different ways. But like, I feel like Ed could have helped them more in different things if they just gave her some more, give some stuff to do, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do
like.
like.
A little underutilized in the grand scheme of things.
But I do like a lot of slice of life moments. Like, I think that's another one of my favorite parts. It's all of the like little slice of life bits, usually at the beginning or the end of an episode, where they're just kind of vibing in the ship, doing stuff. Yeah, this episode, trying to remember. Oh yeah, this is the one where like Alicia has a new boyfriend and he's a criminal.
Yeah, this was a good episode.
It was a good episode, yeah.
Honestly, I did really like all of the backstory. What single character focused backstory episodes. I thought all
those were
really
the best, definitely. And like, I really like Jet as a character. I think we talked about him too much here.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a really nice guy.
He's the dad of the group.
Yeah, he is the dad. Like he
takes care of the ship.
He has plants.
He
takes care of his house plants.
Okay, let me rephrase this. He's the mom of the group.
Oh my god. Yeah, kind of. Like he takes care of everybody. He cooks all the food.
He cooks all the food. He keeps the ship clean.
Yeah.
Takes care of his plants.
He's great.
He knows a bunch of people. So he's going to talk with old friends.
Yeah. Like, he has so many friends. He's just a likable guy, you know? Like, how can you not like Jet? He's so chill. Yeah, 11 is Toys in the Attic. This is the episode where we were like, what is happening?
Oh, which one?
This was, how do we... The mutated blob creature, you know, that one.
Oh, this was the episode where it was just
the rotten food.
Oh, I did not like it.
I thought it was so funny. I was like, what's happening? What is this?
This was such a weird, like, such a filler episode.
But like, in a good way. It was so funny.
It was weird.
It was hilarious.
I
love the end.
Yeah.
Where Ed just like eats it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, pudding.
Like there was definitely a point where I was like, wait, are we just gonna be in the ship the whole episode?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know,
so
I like the concept of having an episode that's all on the ship, but I feel like that episode felt so pointless. I feel I could have been something. If we're gonna have an episode like this, I wish it was something more.
I don't know. I thought it was really fun. That was so...
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Yeah. Probably one of the weirder episodes, but like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was so funny. And like, there was also where just like rotten food in the refrigerator, so he just like throws their fridge into space.
Yeah, I mean, it had funny moments,
Yeah.
but I still...
Like a little odd. A little bit of an odd choice, but like, I like when stories make weird choices.
Okay,
like,
but actually,
it's a weird episode.
I think the main issue is just the fact that it came right after
Yeah.
a really serious backstory episode.
Yeah, we need a little levity.
And that, I don't know, well, everyone's... we're getting sick. There's a weird blob creature. And then Ed eats it.
Yeah. And I feel like there's cute moments in the episode though, like it's one of the first episodes where we see like Spike like showing that he cares about Ed. Like
Yeah.
I thought there were some wholesome moments for like when what was it like the what we're looking for? The infrared or whatever goggles.
Yeah.
Where like he was showing Ed how to use them and then like Ed was like, heck yeah, and this runs off. He's like, wait.
Yeah.
It was fun. I like this episode. And then, oh yeah, I like that this episode is in between two, like, big plot stuff, because...
what was the next one?
Isn't Jupiter Jazz is the next vicious part?
Oh.
Jupiter Jazz Part
right,
1. Yeah, it's like smack in the middle of, like, two really serious episodes. It's great. That was such peak placement. Like, you couldn't fit this episode anywhere else. Anywhere else that wouldn't have fit so perfectly.
Yeah.
Because then we get Jupiter Jazz, which has the stuff with Grin.
Yep.
I thought, what did you think of the Jupiter Jazz episodes? Because like it was our first two-parter.
Yeah, it was our first two-parter. So it definitely had a lot that I liked about
Yeah.
it. Because this was also the episode where Spike gets like kicked out for a while, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first time where like, because Jet is very against, like, because he just knows that Spike is gonna eventually lose himself if he tries to go far too into his own past.
Yeah.
But can't help it. I feel like, if you really think about it, Spike's death at the end is kind of foreshadowed, like, from the very beginning almost. Like, you kind of get the vibe
Yeah.
that, like, once he goes back, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
And, like, he knew that. So I think anytime Vicious shows up, it's like, this could be it. Like, obviously as a viewer, you know it's not gonna be it because there's still a bunch of episodes left,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you were there, if you were Spike, you would be like, this could be it. And Jet obviously didn't like that.
Yeah.
He didn't want Spike to go off and get himself killed on purpose. Which is understandable because he knows they're family.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of good face stuff in this two-parter too. And she also ends up going off by herself. Yeah, I feel like... Again, I think my main issue with this two-parter is I feel like... I'm struggling with Vicious still.
Yeah.
I feel like Vicious could have done more, but I feel like Vicious was not that menacing. Like, he could have been more menacing, and I feel like he just wasn't. So I just kind of felt confused. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this guy now.
I mean,
he was really intimidating in episode 5. Like, I feel like episode 5 was like peak Vicious. That was his where he peaked as a character.
Yeah.
And then I feel like he just
I would
wasn't...
say this Jupiter Jazz was probably Vicious's weakest episode.
Yeah.
He wasn't really there.
Yeah, he wasn't there a lot.
Mostly the other person.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but like, you know,
but I feel like if you're gonna
back,
bring Vicious back, like make him scary, make him cool.
Yeah, but
and I
also,
think he wasn't that.
But also, this was the first time villain was returning, so like, I feel like it needed to be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Because obviously every other like bad guy was a one-off.
Yeah.
Criminal of the week. So,
yeah.
for the first time, one of them is coming back. I feel like it definitely needed
It could have been more, and I feel like it was kind of meh. World building wise, I thought the concept of like the place where there's just no women on it gave up. Like I like the casual queer rep that we see And there's not a lot of it, but there's a little bit here and there where, like... Cause I'm trying to remember now. Was it in this episode where, like, Faye runs into, like...
Oh, yeah.
Two guys?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
I think that was in this episode.
No, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was in this two-parter. One of the two, I don't remember which one. But...
And also, I think there were also drag queens at one point.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Overall, like, I liked that they brought back Vicious, but I think... I don't know, the concepts were there, but the execution wasn't quite for me. I didn't enjoy Jupiter Jazz as much as I think I wanted to.
Yeah. I honestly, I wish we had more two-parters.
Yeah.
I think there were definitely some episodes that could have benefited from being a two-parter.
Any in particular you're thinking of?
Only one that comes to mind right now, but we'll get to it
okay.
when it comes out.
Alright. I think, again, like, I liked the idea of Vicious more than the execution of Vicious. I think he could have been a much scarier and more intimidating enemy, and I feel like he just kind of shows up sometimes. Like, episode 5 was so good, though. Like, I loved everything about episode 5, and I think they accidentally peaked there when it came to Vicious as a character. But, you know, it is what it is. There are other things to love about this show, so it doesn't ruin it for me. Episode 14 is Bohemian Rhapsody. That one is... I'm reading the synopsis. Oh yeah, Chessmaster Hex.
Oh,
this one was really fun. I really like this episode.
Yeah, this was just a fun Ed episode.
Yeah, this is one of the Ed episodes, and I really liked it.
You just got to, like, play chess.
Yeah, and that's so fun.
And Hexmaster just got to have the best chess game of his life.
He finally got to die in peace because he finally had a fun chess game. Like, it was so, like, wholesome, though, that, like, they were all expecting Chessmaster Hex to be, like, this evil mastermind. He was just an old guy who just really liked games. Like, he got too old to, like, care about anything else. You know, he just really wanted to play games.
He really wanted to play chess.
And he got to have his last really good game of chess, and it was just nice.
It lasted, like, what, a week?
Yeah, it was, like, a week-long game. Like, Ed was like, oh my god, I'm still playing. I loved that moment where Faye was like, are you playing again? It's like, no, I'm still playing. I never stop.
It's like, oh, what's this? Playing more chess? Nope, I'm still playing chess.
Yeah, it was a really fun episode.
Yeah.
Episode 15, My Funny Valentine. This is the first Faye backstory episode.
Right, yeah.
Where she tells her story.
Specifically to Ein.
Yeah, to Ein, of course.
The only one who cares to listen.
Except, you know, Spike overhears while using the bathroom.
Yeah.
So he's actually listening, because he cares too. He just won't admit it outright. But this is really interesting. Like, this is the episode that really, like, shifts your view of Faye as a character, I feel like. That's when I started to really enjoy her, because I always liked her. But this episode was a really great way to, like, give her more depth. And, like, it was a really unexpected, like, reveal of that, like, you know, she's actually, like, old. You know, she was from the past.
The past of, like, what was it, 2014?
Yeah. It's from our time. It's crazy. And, like, honestly, like, her whole situation sucks. Like, what the heck do you mean? Clearly she has no money, so to put her in that much debt just for the heck of it, like, what the heck? How was she supposed to pay that?
I'm just waiting to see the tweet of, like, 10 years ago today, Faye Valentine got into a ship accident.
No!
Because, like, you know, would have been 10 years ago.
Oh my god.
Which is weird to think about.
Yeah.
It's always fun when show set in the future. It's like, oh yeah, this long time ago, 2014.
Oh my god. No, but it's especially weird because, like, it's... The anime came out in, like, 1998. So, like, that was, like... 2014 was still the future to viewers back when it first came out. And now it's, like, 2014? What the heck? That was, like, ages ago. And also, like... I'm not at that episode yet, but, like, wait, 2014? Like... How old is she, actually? Now I'm like, my brain is like, wait a second. How old is Faye, like, physically? Do we want to say? Because the VHS tape episode, which I'm really excited to talk about, I really like that episode. Because she was, like, a teenager when she made that tape.
Yeah.
So, how old is she in 2014? Because, like, VHS tapes are, like, early. Like, in these 2000s, like, they wouldn't have been using VHS tapes in, like, 2010s. That would have been an odd choice. Like, I mean, obviously, like, back when it was made, like, VHS tapes were still being used. But, like...
Okay, so I looked it up. Physically, she's around 22 to 23.
Alright, yeah,
which makes
but,
her
like...
77.
Okay, yeah. But no, like, so 22, like... Timeline-wise, when would she have made the tape?
She was like...
She was a teenager, right?
Yeah, she was probably like 14 to 15.
Do the math for me.
Don't do math.
How, what year would she have made a VHS tape?
It would have been like early 2000s.
I'm like, does that add up? Trying to figure out. Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
That would have been like the end of like VHS tapes.
I guess. I know, it was... I loved that episode. I can't wait to get to that one when we talk about it. That was one of my favorite episodes.
But also, it wasn't a VHS tape, right?
It wasn't. It was a beta.
It was a
whatever.
beta tape or something.
But, like,
right?
we weren't using beta tapes.
Yeah.
Are beta tapes real? Is that like a thing they made up, or is that a real thing? Wait a second.
We're showing our age right now.
Wait a second.
Real?
Are betas real?
I'm looking it up.
Like, I was trying to figure that out the whole episode. Like, is this a real thing, or is it something they made up for the show?
They appear to be real.
Whoa, wait, what are they?
And from the 70s?
Oh, so the betas are older?
Yeah, betas are older.
But why was she making a beta tape in the 2000s?
I could only imagine she got it from, like, a parent or grandparent in that case. Probably, it seems like it would be like, oh, my grandmother got this for me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure.
But there you go.
Here we go. Alright, Black Dog Serenade. This one is Jet's former partner, Fad. I kept thinking they were calling him Fat.
Wait, was it not?
No, it's not Fat, it's Fad.
Oh, okay.
They were misspelling it in the subtitles. No, that makes sense.
It was the subtitles.
It was the subtitles' fault. I was like, why are they calling him Fat? He's not fat.
You know, there was that one time where Jet was subtitled Jeff.
Jeff, I loved
like,
that. Like, oh my gosh, my favorite Cowboy Bebop character is Jeff.
Imagine if the subtitles consistently called him Jeff and we genuinely thought that was his name.
That would have been so funny. And go, yeah, my favorite Cowboy Bebop character, Jeff.
I love Jeff Black.
Heck yeah. You know, Fad. I'm like, I don't want to call him Fad, I want to call him Fat.
Oh, that's mean. How dare you?
I just thought that was his name. But yeah, this is the one where we find out how Jet loses his arm.
Yeah.
And why he left his job and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, but yeah. Don't like Fad. We'll call him Fat because he's mean.
I mean, yeah.
No, but yeah. And then the scenery gives his dying partner one last cigarette before limping away.
Yeah. This was a good episode.
It was a good episode, yeah.
But also, it was another instance of where the episodic nature of it felt a little annoying because, like, he was like limping away from the ship he was in that was getting like blown up. Yeah. And the next episode, he's perfectly fine. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
How did he get back?
He has his ways.
Yeah.
He has a lot of friends in a lot of places. Someone help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, episode 17, Mushroom Samba. This is
Another-
the head episode.
Another weird episode that
This is
had its
so funny.
moments. I was like, oh yeah, so then this is another weird side by side two side by side episodes. We just had an episode end with, like, you know, getting backstory for Jet, nearly dies on a prison spaceship, and then all of a sudden we got the episode where they all get high.
Yeah. I just love how Ed is just like, I must investigate these mushrooms by secretly feeding them to everyone so I can see what happens to them.
Yeah. And
also
they all get high by, like, Jet talks to his plant.
Yeah.
Faye starts swimming in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And Spike walks up the endless stairs.
Yeah.
And there was the frog.
Oh yeah, the frog. That was great.
Didn't the frog say that, like, this is the stairway to heaven or something?
I think so.
That was definitely the point where I was just like, okay, what is happening? It was definitely an interesting episode.
Yeah, please.
Especially,
like
again, such a weird episode to come right after a serious backstory episode
we need
involving
it
Jet.
for levity. We need it to lighten the mood.
Jet just can't catch a break.
No.
All of his backstory episodes are followed up by weird one-off goofy episodes where it just makes you think what is happening right now.
Heck yeah. And then episode 18. Oh yeah, this Speak Like a Child. This is the VHS tape or Betamax
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
I love this one. I'm really weird. Like, I really like I don't know how to word this. I was gonna say I really like old stuff. But no, like, I really like VHS tapes and VCRs and, like, retro things. So, like, I thought, like, aesthetically, this episode was so cool because, you know, it's in the future. And it's all, like, you know, in space and everything, but, like, there's still this guy who collects VHS tapes, VHS players, and VCRs. Like, that's so big.
And also, I do think it was fun, like, they don't know what this is.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously they don't, because it's, like, they're in the future and they don't use those, but, like, they still exist. And there's still people that, like, preserve them and take good care of them. That was, like, so fun. And, like, they were, like, trying so hard to find a VCR, only for it to not work, because it wasn't a VHS tape, it was a Betamax.
Yeah.
And then after all of that, like, just get a beta player in the mail, like another package, yippee! And that's exactly what they needed. They didn't have to go through all that trouble.
Yeah.
Gotta love it when that happens. But yeah, this is one of my favorite episodes. I also loved, like, the reveal of, like, you know, the whole time we don't know what the VHS tape or the beta, whatever the heck it's called. We don't know what it is, and then they find out, and it's like, it's Faye. When she was a teenager, it's wild, it's wacky. How could this be? And yeah, I liked that a lot. It was a very fun episode.
Yeah.
Wait, oh. I guess this is like a in-between bonus. We didn't see this. Miss Mass Blue. I think that was a... Oh, you know, this was probably a recap. The characters provide a philosophical commentary. And it ends with the words, "This is not the end. You will see the real Cowboy Bebop someday." I see.
I see it.
Interesting. We didn't watch that.
Yeah, it was not in
No. It's not on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So 19 Wild Horses. This one... Oh yeah. When they go to, Spike's mechanic.
Oh, yeah. This was fun. I like how...
Yeah, like the virus. There's a computer virus. Heck yeah. Representation. Yeah. This was a decent episode.
Yeah, I like how, the reveal at the end of, like, the ship he was working on was, like, a real-world spaceship.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was fun. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it was another episode.
Yeah, it wasn't super
Wasn't
memorable,
anything
but it
crazy.
was still fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, episode 20. Parrot LeFou, however you say that. The mad parrot, the crazy guy.
Oh, the guy with all the guy with the top hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was actually an episode that I feel like almost could have benefited to be a two-parter. Like, it felt like it was going to be a two-parter. And then it kind of felt like it ended abruptly.
I mean, I feel like it kind of worked as is.
Yeah. I don't.
Like, you know, the guy was just mentally deteriorating.
Yeah.
Now he basically regressed into that of a child.
Yeah.
And he was just killing
And,
without doing anything he did.
It did end up feeling like it was going to be a two-parter, because like it took a while to like really introduce who he was. Like it had this had a cold open.
Yeah.
So like.
I mean, I kind of like it when it just kind of like it, like, you know, sometimes you don't get all the context. Like, they're just doing their job, you know, they're just bounty hunting.
Well,
and they're not always gonna know everything.
You do get told
yeah,
a bunch
yeah,
about
we
it,
do.
and then it just feels like it ends a little too quickly.
I think it made sense. Because, like, they do explain that, like, he's, like, deteriorating.
Yeah.
So I think the ending worked. I don't think it bothered me that much. The way they ended it. I love, like, my favorite part of this episode was the setting of the amusement park.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode.
It was a really enjoyable episode. This is probably one of the better ones. And, like, I like the concept of it.
It's almost why I wanted more.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I can see that. I get what you're saying. But I think it worked fine as a standalone episode. And, like, just the whole ending where he cries in pain because, you know, he just... I don't know, he probably hadn't been hurt in a while.
Yeah.
Pretty tough.
He was a child.
He was like, oh my gosh, I can't take this. And then he just got trampled by the funny parade of guys. I just loved all. I think another thing, like, aesthetically, that I really love about Cowboy Bebop is the way there's so many, like, funny little guys.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much attention to detail, and it's like the stuffed animals that are sometimes show up in the background. Like, they're so funny and cute.
Yeah.
Adorable.
There were a lot of funny character designs.
Yeah.
In that episode.
In this episode in particular, yeah, definitely. 21 is Boogie Woogie Feng Shui. Feng Shui? How do you say that?
Oh, it was Feng Shui?
Feng Shui? Maybe?
I believe.
Cool. I can read. This one, oh yeah, this is another Jet episode.
Yeah.
Where he meets, Meifa, who is the daughter of an old friend of his.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun episode.
It was alright. I feel like, in terms of like the Jet episode, probably a weaker one.
Oh, that's the one that opens with Jet, like, telling a story to Ed, right? I liked that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute. He just like, hanging up the laundry while telling Ed a story. And, like, Ed just not quite getting it.
Yeah.
Like, is that a food? And then, like, Spike is also listening into the story and making his own comments. That was a really cute scene.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot. And, like, the whole thing with the Sunstone was also kind of cool. I think it was probably one of the weaker of the Jet episodes.
Yeah. Like I said, like, I don't...
Like, the opening scene is probably my favorite part of the whole episode, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. See, episode 22 is Cowboy Funk. This one is funny. This one was the teddy bomber. And the cowboy.
This one was...
No, this is the one where he says without line.
Oh, yeah. It ends with him saying, "See ya, space cowboy."
Heck,
I was like,
yeah.
oh my, he said the line.
He said
oh my
the
god.
line. And then it ends with "See you, space samurai."
Yeah.
Because he's not a cowboy anymore. He changed careers.
Yeah, it was...
It's just a goofy episode.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like it did almost get to a point where, like, his joke of not realizing who to Teddy Bomb was starting to get
A
old.
little. But I thought it was funny that like by the end, like he didn't even care about the Teddy Bomber. He was like, "What do you mean? Pay attention to me!"
Yeah.
It's like whatever. That was fun. Like he's just such a guy. Like he's just so goofy. He just like rides his horse everywhere, even indoors.
Yeah, that was also.
He just shows up in the elevator. It's like what's happening? Who is this guy? What is he doing?
He whistles his own song
Yeah.
as he rides in.
I also liked his name was Andy. Like I was like, I don't think that's supposed to be a Toy Story reference, but it could be.
I don't think.
I don't think it is, but like my brain was like Toy Story.
I think this might have been before.
Was it? I thought Toy Story was from the 90s.
Let me see it.
When did Toy Story come out?
Let's see here.
Yeah, like, I don't think it was actually a Toy Story reference, but my brain was like, this reminds me of Toy Story.
Oh yeah, first Toy Story was 1995. Oh,
Oh, maybe it was. I wouldn't put it past. You know, Cowboy Bebop, cowboy character.
maybe.
Andy, Woody, you know. That
Maybe.
could have totally been.
Who knows?
I think it was a Toy Story reference. I'm gonna live with that knowledge. Alright, episode 23. We're getting to the episodes we watched today, in fact. 23 is Brain Scratch. This is the Serial Experiments Lane episode.
Yep. This one was cool.
Yeah, I liked
thought
this
was
one.
fun.
Yeah. Like the cult that people are trying to implant their minds into the internet. Heck yeah. As you do.
This episode also felt like it had a concept that could have been a two-parter.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind. I thought it was fine as a one-off. Like, it was a really fun concept. Like, I loved the opening. Like, the first, like, 5 or so minutes are just all of, like, clips from TV.
Yeah, like it had commercials.
Like, commercials and, like, interviews and news reports. Like, that was really fun.
Yeah, it was cool. But, you know, I feel like there's a lot of concepts we've already gone over in a previous anime club,
yeah,
so, you know.
So I liked it. It was like, I wonder if this episode was inspired by Lane at all. Like, I feel like it was very similar vibes, similar
maybe.
aesthetic. Like, it just felt very
very
Lane coded, which
very
I liked a
similar
lot because I
aesthetic,
really like Lane. Yeah, that was fun. Oh man, episode 24, Hard Luck Women. Oh man, this episode made me so sad. Like I had a sinking feeling something like this would happen, because wasn't fully spoiled for the ending, but like I knew something was gonna happen. It was pretty major, so it's like I feel like it would make sense for Ed to go off before the finale. But seeing it happen, I was like, no.
Yeah, but also I feel like there should have been at least one thing in the finale, like even if it was like doing like an epilogue montage to like just see what Ed's doing.
Yeah, I demand like it's gonna happen. I want a spin-off about what Ed does. I want to know what Ed's adventures are.
I definitely feel like we needed something. Like honestly, not to get ahead too much, but I am a little disappointed that there wasn't like a epilogue montage thing during the credits, and it was just like looking at the sky, like scrolling up into space.
Yeah,
I do wish there was like some kind of epilogue.
Because I feel like we don't get true resolution to like anyone else's stories. Really, it just kind of ends.
It just ends.
Like I'm not upset with how like Ed's story ends. Like it makes sense for character. And I thought it was cute that I went with Ed.
Yeah.
That was nice. But I don't know.
Like I really just wanted it to be like one shot in a montage of like Ed just walking.
Yeah.
Like something to be like,
so we have an idea of what Ed's up to. That would have been nice.
It's like just the fact that last scene was the last scene you ever see of Ed. It felt a little
disappointing. It was sad. Like the See You Space Cowgirl was kind of cute.
Yeah.
That was cute. I liked that. But you know. Like, even seeing, like, Jet and Spike, like, genuinely upset at the, like, the beginning of the next episode. They were, like, trying to pretend they weren't, like, devastated. It's like, no, that's the Bab! The Bab left them! No!
And also just in the previous episode be like, man, I gotta eat all these eggs myself.
Yeah.
This could have been a second meal, but now we gotta eat all of them.
Man.
But also just like, you know, Jet be like, come on guys, it's dinner time. And only Spike be there to eat it.
That was so sad.
Poor Jet. Poor
Yeah.
Jet. Yeah, now we're at the
Now we're at the two-part finale. Oh my gosh. Now, I will say again, I was a little bit spoiled. I did know that Spike was gonna die at the end. I didn't know the full context, but I knew that's what we were leading up to, so I was a little bit prepared for it. How about you? How did you feel about the way we end things?
I mean, I wasn't spoiled about it, but I feel like it fits.
It makes sense for his character.
It's definitely not uncommon for a finale of a show like this to end with the main character dying.
Yeah.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah. Like it makes sense for his character to look like the way he is anytime Julia and Vicious come up. Or like it's very much like this could be it. And it finally was it. I think especially like as soon as Julia dies, he kind of is like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he has anything to live for anymore.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like did you feel like Julia's death was a little underwhelming?
Yeah, it kind of was.
Like, it was just like, a random guy. Like,
her
it wasn't
character
anyone
as a whole, I feel like we didn't really get enough time to really get to know her as a person, more of a concept.
Yeah.
So, her death being kind of really quick, and it's like, yep, yeah, that's how it is.
It was definitely way too much telling and not showing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the classic rule of show don't tell. I feel like we're mostly just told about Julia as opposed to getting to see her doing things.
And like I did, like the little bit of Julia we saw, I really liked. Like I think her scene with her and Faye was really fun.
Yeah.
It made her seem really cool. Like, oh yeah, she's a really cool, tough person. But then, you know, she dies. Like, oh, okay.
I almost wish you like showed up in an episode randomly when like Spike wasn't around.
Yeah. Like I think because like her dynamic with Faye I think was really cool. I think I would have liked it if like they had an episode together. And like maybe like Faye didn't know that Julia had any connection to Spike, so they're just like doing something
Julia
together.
Was only ever
and then he finds her again later.
The Vicious episodes, and she was never shown.
Yeah.
Like the episode 5, we got short snippets seeing like flashbacks of her, but no dialogue from her. And then Jupiter Jazz, she was only ever mentioned. She was never shown.
Yeah.
So it was just the name was mentioned a few times, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a important person, I think.
Yeah.
So it really would have been nice to get more of her in the show.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a little random, but almost like how in the original Fullmetal Alchemist, how like Dante shows up a few times in the beginning, and then it becomes a bigger deal later. Or like at least the person.
Yeah, Lyra you're talking about. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Which we could have just like had her be in an episode that like Jet, or like one of the missions that Jet just didn't care about. She just happened to be at that planet at the time or something.
Yeah.
Or like just get mentioned again more. It was something, you know?
Yeah, we could have had a little bit more of her, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I did like the last scene, like the final showdown.
Yeah.
That was good.
I liked how it used like the ending song.
That was really good.
I really liked that scene.
And seeing Faye and Jet like at the end, like their last scenes where like they so obviously do not want Spike to go off because they know exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, they know that he's not going to come back and they don't want it to happen because they're family now and they care about him. but it cannot be. They can't do anything about it. It's just a canon event and has to end this way.
Which you know is another reason why I wish there was an epilogue.
Yeah.
Like montage during the credits. It would have been nice to just like see Jet and Faye as in the ship, or something, like see them leave, or something, like see them take off, being like, "Oh, this is it."
This is it.
Like
So
maybe
sad.
see the explosion,
Oh,
and then
maybe.
like watch them leave. That would have been nice.
Yeah. Just one little peek at what they're up to, because like after that scene, we don't see them ever again.
Yeah, like have them like see like the smoke cloud,
Yeah.
like accept what happened and then take off. Because that had to happen. They would have had to leave after finding out. They're like, I would like to see that.
Yeah.
As opposed to not getting any more ideas of what's going on. Like, I didn't need like a time skip. Like, here's what's been going on with them since this happened. But like, just having to like see them leave, see what Ed was up to. Something, you know?
I did like how like Spike's last moment is him like making a finger gun and going bang.
Yeah, I like that.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Like he stayed true to himself until the very end. Yeah. It's still sad. Like I wish he could have had a better ending.
Yeah.
Like I wish they could have stayed a family forever and gone on adventures forever, you know. But unfortunately, that is not how things work. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any last thoughts? Anything that we haven't touched on yet that you wanted to go into?
This is a random thing that was bothering me.
Alright.
I feel like there was a scene that I knew about that never showed up.
Okay.
I feel like I remember, isn't there a scene that was like popular or something where like Spike was fighting someone with like a broom? I feel like I remember seeing that scene before. Like, as like the one thing I knew about Cowboy Bebop, and it never showed up.
I don't think I know what you're talking
about. Real quick.
With a broom.
Yeah, he had a...
Okay. I'm not gonna like fight you on this, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh?
Like, this. Have you seen it? Is this from something else? Like, he fights someone with a broom.
Let's see, it comes from Reddit. Let's see if...
Like...
What the comments
I was waiting for that episode to show up, because I knew that scene, and it never happened.
No, not to
let me see.
Trying, because it's on Reddit, I'm trying to go to the comments, it's not letting me.
Like this, it was like an iconic scene, I thought.
Is it?
Yeah. Because like...
Why is it not letting me click the comments?
I don't know. Look at the scroll. How was I here?
Oh, those are the comments?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is what Reddit looks like.
Your Reddit looks different than my Reddit, because I don't... That's the app, right?
Yeah.
I don't have the app.
Okay, I'm gonna look this up more, because I'm trying to... Like, what's this from?
Because
it does look slightly different.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what that is.
What episode? Ballad of Fallen Angels.
Ballad of Fallen Angels.
What episode is that? Did we miss an episode? Was that an episode that's just not on Crunchyroll?
I'm googling it. Ballad of Fallen Angel? Ballad of Fallen Angels is episode 5.
What?
He fights someone with a broom in episode 5?
He's in like a different outfit. He's fighting a character who never shows up.
I don't know.
When does this happen? What is this episode? I'm so confused.
Cowboy Bebop broom fight. Broom fight episode. Oh wait. Wait, give me a second, I'm also on a different Reddit. It's in a movie.
It's a movie?
It's a movie. Like an extended version of an episode?
Interesting.
Okay.
An extended version of episode 5, I assume then?
I think so. It's called Knocking on Heaven's Door.
I see it.
Apparently there's a movie, and he fights someone with a broom.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I just remember because it was a fun, well choreographed fight, and he has like an iconic line who was like, "I love a woman who can kick my ass."
Okay.
And it's like I'm waiting for that to happen, and it never happened. And like, what is that scene?
Yeah.
So I was so confused, but yeah, I guess that makes
You know,
sense.
the line, the broom fight didn't, I don't remember, but the line sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was literally the one scene I knew from Cowboy Bebop, and I was just waiting for the show, but it never
Apparently,
did.
it's from a movie.
Isaiah, that explains it.
Wow. Now you know.
Any closing thoughts for you?
I really liked this anime. It was a lot of fun.
Wow, so true.
Yeah. It made me realize, wait, I think I like sci-fi now.
Yeah.
It's like, again, the world building is so fun.
It has such good world building.
Like, I love how, like, all of the mundane things it reinterprets into, like, sci-fi things.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
cool. It's just very vibey. I had a lot of fun watching it. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and spin that hecking wheel?
Well, let's spin the wheel. There it is.
There it is. Well, it's like, why is it cropped like that? Oh, whatever. Whatever. Let's go ahead and spin
that's just
it.
how we crop that.
They click to spin. Are you ready? Are you set?
Boy,
Drum roll, please.
Gotta see what our two anime are.
First anime is... Wait, Cowboy Bebop is still in here.
Well, we'll just remove it then.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, what's this one?
Our first option is The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I've been wanting to watch this recently.
Yeah.
So there we go. First option, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And our second option...
Wait, you forgot to remove Cowboy Bebop.
It's whatever. It means we have to watch it again.
Oh boy.
You know. Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh.
We got Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Alright, those
This
are
would be
our
a-
options.
This will be a fun potential because I've seen this one, but I really want you to watch it.
Okay. So we've got iconic 2000s, like otaku weeb anime. And then
the
we've
modern
got
anime
yeah.
that I really like and you haven't seen. And also, like, you know, very sci-fi show.
I mean, Haruhi's a little sci-fi too.
Okay, I don't...
It's got Endless 8.
Oh, that's Endless 8.
I'm so excited to
God.
watch Endless 8.
How long is that?
Endless 8 is part of season 2. It's 2 seasons, I think.
Okay.
And Endless 8 is most of season 2.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
Oh, I hope we get Haruhi just because I want to watch Endless 8 so bad. Wouldn't that be a funny stream? Like Endless 8, like, Endurance.
No.
Oh my god, I'm so hyped.
Boy.
Alright, we'll see. Well, I will be making the poll shortly. So go check my community tab when that goes up and vote for which anime you would prefer to watch in October. Very, very spooky choices we've got there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There we go.
There we
don't
go.
forget to remove Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, I will do that. There we go. It has
There
left
we
the
go.
building.
I mean, hey, it was gonna be either Cyberpunk or Gurren Lagann, so
Yeah,
two
yeah.
two good options, honestly.
Two good options, yep.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We had a lot of fun watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time. Definitely, we didn't really do any, like, rating. How would you rate, like... Have we been doing a rating system?
I don't remember.
Could probably come up with a rating system for these. Like, out of 10, what would you give
Out of
Cowboy
10?
Bebop?
Probably I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10.
A 6, I think.
Like,
I was
it's
thinking...
good. It's good, but like I do have my a few
Yeah,
issues with it. But
I
it's
would-
still good.
I would
It's
give
still
it
fun.
like maybe a 7, 7.5. I really enjoyed it.
I'll probably say like a 6, 6.5.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah. that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. If you haven't already, of course, I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I go live next. My next stream is going to be on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, and I'm going to be playing more of Collective Unconscious, the Yume Nikki fan game. And on Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST, I am going to be playing Dress to Impress, the Roblox game.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hype. Is there anything you want to plug?
I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/heystayawesome. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST, doing a tier list stream.
Yeah, boy.
It's gonna be really fun. And yeah.
Yeah. I hope you guys are having a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.